Welcome, first-time cat owners, to an explainer that is absolutely going to transform how you understand your new best friend. Today, we're decoding the real biological and behavioral reasons behind your cat's most, well, quirky desires. If you've ever found yourself wondering why your cat does what they do, or how you can make their indoor life genuinely fulfilling, you are in the exact right place. We're going to break down exactly what they're silently waiting for every single day to improve both their mental and physical health. So let's jump right in.
Okay, here's our agenda. We call this the feline hierarchy of needs. We'll be hitting 4 key areas today: decoding feline biological needs, fulfilling the predator within, crafting an enriching environment, and building deep emotional trust. Section 1. Decoding feline biological needs, understanding your cat's physical baseline. Now, to truly connect with your cat, we first have to understand their core biological hardware, because it explains some of their most frequent yet totally misunderstood household habits. Let's start with a really foundational concept. Cats are thermophiles. You know when your cat steals your freshly vacated warm seat the literal second you stand up? Well, they aren't being stubborn or trying to annoy you. As thermophiles, their comfortable body temperature runs several degrees higher than ours, so that spot on the couch, it's a perfect blend of biological warmth and your comforting scent. It's a physical necessity for them. A great little home adjustment is to occasionally leave them a fresh nest, like just dropping a worn sweater on your chair when you get up. And this brilliantly illustrates why you must never, ever block a sunbeam. So many of us accidentally block the light with heavy curtains, right? But for a cat, migrating millimeter by millimeter into a patch of sunlight provides them with actual physiological health benefits. It produces essential vitamins, regulates their sleep hormones, and noticeably calms their nervous system. A sunbathing cat is, for sure, a mentally healthier cat. Moving to another biological absolute, the obligate carnivore. This fact right here is why sitting at your feet while you cook isn't just begging. It's actually their primal instinct craving the real, raw nourishment their bodies are fundamentally wired to process. Their entire digestive system is built strictly around animal protein. It's just how they're made. Offering a tiny piece of unseasoned meat from this list acts as a massive mental celebration for them. It satisfies that obligate carnivore need safely. But listen, there is a super strict rule here. Absolutely zero salt, no spices, no onion, and definitely no garlic. Plain boiled chicken, turkey, or a tiny bit of cooked beef is plenty. Giving them this small treat is a moment they practically spend their whole lives waiting for. All right, Section 2. Fulfilling the predator within. Translating wild instincts into indoor play. Let's move to the second tier of our hierarchy and see how biology builds into their behavioral health, specifically their deep-seated need to hunt. Look, a few lazy flicks of a wand toy while you're watching TV just isn't going to cut it. To protect their mental health, you have to guide them through a complete 4-step sequence: the pursuit, the leap, the physical catch and bite, and finally, the symbolic meal. If you don't complete this sequence, that hunting tension, it literally stays trapped in their body day after day. So the magic number here is 15. A real psychologically satisfying hunt requires 15 to 20 solid minutes of play where the toy mimics the unpredictable movements of a fleeing mouse or a darting bird, prey that hides, freezes, and then boom, suddenly appears. That time investment is what it actually takes to simulate a natural hunt for them. And to properly end that hunt, that deep wired energy absolutely requires a physical outlet. Providing a long, densely stuffed kicker toy that they can bite and rake with their back paws safely closes that biological predator loop. Honestly, even dropping a simple paper bag with the handles cut off on the floor works wonders. We all know the classic joke of cats ignoring an expensive toy to play with literal garbage, right? But there's actual biology behind it. The rustling sound mimics prey moving through grass, triggering their hunting instincts with zero effort on your part. Moving right along to Section 3, crafting an enriching environment. Turning your home into a feline expedition. Once their physical and predatory needs are met, we have to talk about their environment. Indoor cats desperately need sensory enrichment to prevent their world from going flat and uninteresting. Just think about it. Stagnant indoor air smells the exact same every single day. But opening a securely screened window allows your cat to literally read the outside world with their nose. It floods them with dynamic signals of birds, rain, and other animals. It's exactly like the absolute absorption we feel when we're scrolling through our morning newsfeed. Now, this is fascinating. Let's consider the psychology of a simple cardboard box. It proves that leaving a random delivery box on the floor is actually a highly effective, completely free way to lower your cat's anxiety. The 4 walls provide predator safety, and the material efficiently holds their body heat. But here's the crazy part. It's the physical boundaries pressing against their sides that act as deep pressure therapy, kind of like a weighted blanket for us. So maybe don't break down and recycle those delivery boxes immediately. Remember, your cat's entire existence unfolds within a very limited territory, so novelty is basically the primary fuel for their exploratory instinct. Shifting a living room chair, leaving a suitcase out, or bringing in a pine cone from outside triggers this instinct. It wakes up their brain and keeps their daily routine vibrant. For an indoor cat, these small changes are the equivalent of going on a grand journey. Also, did you know that about 70% of cats respond to the compound nepidolactone found in catnip? It literally binds to their scent receptors and triggers a cascade of genuine pleasure, giving them a safe, non-addictive 15-minute holiday of pure, stress-relieving bliss. And hey, if catnip doesn't work for your kitty, valerian root is a fantastic alternative to try maybe once a week. Finally, Section 4, Building Deep Emotional Trust, the psychology of the feline-human bond. At the absolute peak of our hierarchy, we reach emotional trust. And this connection actually begins before you even enter the room. Their precise hearing catches your key in the door, and they know your specific footstep rhythm, which actually preps their nervous system for the joy of reunion before the door even swings open. But once you're inside, we really have to respect the sanctity of an uninterrupted lap. When your cat settles on your lap, the warmth, your scent, and the faint vibration of your breath switch off their nervous system entirely. It grants them the deepest, most restorative sleep possible. So if they jump up, try to let them stay undisturbed for as long as you possibly can. And when you do interact, the quality of that interaction really matters. Cats read our focus with extraordinary precision. We've all done it, petting them with one hand while scrolling on our phone with the other. But replacing that hollow contact with just 15 minutes of undivided attention means 100 times more to their emotional security. Turn toward them, speak softly, and put the screens away. Trust me, they know the difference. That trust extends straight into the night, because sleep is when a predator is at their most vulnerable state. Choosing to sleep near you indicates maximum safety. If you let them sleep at the foot of your bed, you are deeply honoring that vulnerability. Over the quiet hours of the night, your breathing rhythms and warmth gradually align in a way that cements a lifelong, totally unshakable bond. This brings us to the most invisible yet profound joy you can ever give them, the silent power of the gaze. Just catching you looking at them with warmth, with absolutely no agenda and no commands. That silent gaze basically translates to, I see you and I am so glad you exist. Because cats don't understand our words, and they definitely don't understand material gifts, this soft, lingering gaze is their native language. It communicates ultimate safety and affection directly to their brain. Understanding this is a real game changer. Research actually shows that cats attach to their owners using the exact same psychological patterns as children attaching to parents. You aren't just a giant food provider. You are their parent, you're their protector, and you are the absolute center of their emotional universe. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought to consider today. Look around your home. Look at your feline companion and ask yourself, which of these biological needs will you fulfill today to earn your cat's gaze? How will you apply these behavioral insights we talked about to change their life for the better? Start with just one small home adjustment today and watch your bond completely transformed.